So the latest entry in the DC extended universe, featuring our favorite ex-girlfriend of the Joker, has just released. The Birds of Prey. I kind of don't want to call it by the full name, but I think I kind of have to. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Just released, and Simon and I both watched it, and we're just gonna talk to each other. Hold hands a little bit, play some footsie as we talk about it. So Simon, what are your thoughts?
I'm a from the jump just admit that I don't know anything about Birds of Prey in general. That really puts me in a poor light because this is an all-female superhero team in the DC comics, and I just don't know anything about them. So coming into this movie, I just treat it as just Harley Quinn's movie, which it really is. But I just want to point that out there in case anyone tries to kill us over not knowing Birds of Prey. Going into the movie, I was telling Josue this. I had very little expectations. I was getting Suicide Squad kind of like vibes about the movie, and I was told by a lot of people like, no, because when you think about it, Harley Quinn was the best Suicide Squad member. Like, it'll be a good movie if they just focus on her. And I didn't believe in that. I was like, I think they're gonna fail this. But the movie surprisingly was pretty good actually. I think the moment I noticed that it was gonna be good was when they were showing that animation at the beginning of her come up of when she was a child, went to college, fell in love with the Joker and all that. I was like, oh wow, they actually put a lot of work into this whole animation thing, and it actually kind of creates like this goofy aesthetic. And they kept up the goofy aesthetic throughout the movie. And I feel like it perfectly matched Harley Quinn. And when Harley Quinn needs to be serious, she was serious and killed it. And when she was ridiculous in Harley Quinn, she was also Harley Quinn. So in terms of the Harley Quinn character, I think the movie's fantastic. It's just the movie falls, in my opinion, in its plot. It's a story that I don't really 100% feel like I'd enjoy if I saw it again. And the way they tell it too is really weird. I think you mentioned this before to me, that like the scenes like in the filming of the movie were just abruptly cut into weird transitions, and they did that a lot when they were telling the story. Like, she'd be in the middle of telling the story, and then she'll come like, oh wait, I forgot to introduce the character, and they'll go all the way back to introduce that character. And it made sense at the end of the day. I still know the whole story, I can retell the whole story, but following it felt like a chore. I didn't like that. And the story itself, I feel like, wasn't the greatest idea. Like, they had to just incorporate this diamond, well, for the whatever family, that mafia family. They had to just throw that in the mix and be like, this is like the main thing, the main motif for the villain who you never met before, and that's gonna create this whole chain of events. And it just felt kind of dumb. I didn't care about the diamond. Like, the only person who really cared about diamond was the Black Mask. And I feel like the diamond was just the one thing that had to force everyone to work together, which I just kind of didn't like. I wish there was just another driving force that brought everyone together instead of this dumb diamond.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me.
So I kind of got that. I kind of like in the beginning of the movie when they kept on cutting from this point to that point to here and there, like especially when Harley Quinn was in the police department, the police place. What the hell do you call
precinct?
that? Wow, when she was in the precinct. And they just abruptly cut it to explain Black Canary's side of things, and it's just like, I was like, whoa, but it does a good job of like kind of connecting everything together. I think like at the end of the movie, like, you're not gonna look back and say, wait, whoa.
No, yeah, you get everything.
Yeah, exactly. But my only real issue with the movie was that kind of like made me want to like give it a lower rating. Like I give it an 8. I give it a straight 8. That's quite.
I'd give it a 7.5. Probably
okay.
Say.
This is still regardless, that's like 4 points higher than what we were expecting to give it.
Oh yeah.
So anyways, so there was like certain points in the movie that I was just like, wait, what? That kind of took me out of it. Like when there was like that weird dream sequence when Harley Quinn is getting beaten. That was just like, wait, why is she just thinking about this? That was
a really weird. That I understand why they did it, but it didn't need to be there at all.
Yeah, and then there was that other scene with the Black Mask telling that girl to take off her clothes, like in the middle of the club.
I like that though. I like that a lot because I genuinely felt uncomfortable, and I think that was definitely the vibe they're trying to give off.
I felt uncomfortable, but like I was here like thinking it would have led to something. And I guess like all it really did was give Black Canary another reason to not want to be with Black Mask. But like
Yeah,
we already felt that way. Like we already knew she didn't want to be a Black Mask. So that
that's
scene
true.
didn't really add to anything except just to make him look creepier. But regardless,
Hmm.
like even besides those two scenes and a couple of others, like I really enjoyed the movie. I thought the fight choreography um was really good, but it did make me cringe so much because like the things that they do, especially the legs. Oh my god, when she jumped on the dude's legs in the beginning of the movie, that made me freaking
Oh,
squirm.
that was so good. I love that.
Oh, I squirmed. Like it was good because
The movie
it made me
that's
squirm.
another thing too. That's another thing too. The movie does a lot of that. Didn't think DC would go this heavy on the gore in this movie. They had people's knees popping in and out with the bats and the stomps. They had people's faces getting cut off and then
Dude,
thrown
oh god,
like into
yeah.
a pile. The Black Mass, spoiler alert, gets blown up by a grenade into millions of pieces like at the end over by the pier. That's pretty graphic, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't think DC would take a route like that for a Harley Quinn movie.
Oh
But
yeah.
besides that point, I like the choreo too, but I do feel that it wasn't perfect. When it was perfect is when they had people like the Huntress do it because it made sense for Huntress to do it, or when Harley Quinn used her bat. But then you had scenarios like Harley Quinn in a jail cell where it was where the sprinklers were on. She had no reason to win that fight. She was
Yeah.
surrounded by like 8 dudes with no weapons, and all she did was just literally jump up on them and then bring them to the ground, and she wouldn't even punch them, and they would just stay down there. And like if you watch the guys getting beat up, they don't even try swinging at her. They just stand there and get hit. And it's like, oh, this is terrible. But then you have like the bat choreo, and the stuff they did with the bat was sick. Like her bouncing the bat off the floor into a guy up into her arms again. That's sick as hell. But there's other moments was just like, this choreo could have been a lot better than this.
I was actually a really
I
big fan of the fight. So like from that moment onwards, I kind of just was like locked onto the idea that like, yeah, this is definitely some good damn fight choreography. And I really liked their approach with the Joker, and that like they made sure to give Harley Quinn her own role and that she's not tied down to the Joker. And like I know that they kept on referencing the Joker, but like by the end of the movie, you know that Harley Quinn can stand on her own without a Joker character in her life. Like she
Yeah,
is
I know
Harley Quinn.
the whole point of the movie was her trying to find her independence. I like that a lot because I thought the movie would forget that and somehow bring up the Joker, like physically. I'm glad they didn't. They always kept him at a distance, and they reminded Harley and the audience that she didn't need the Joker anymore. So I thought that was really well done. Um, but besides that, there's still some issues with the plot, like I mentioned. I just think the whole diamond thing was a little weird. I don't like the Huntress character. I like.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
not saying
hard
that.
disagree for me, man.
I'm not saying in the comics she's like bad or anything like that. I'm just saying that I don't like how she was in this movie. I know Josue, you liked her, but I personally feel like I could have just watched the movie without her and it would have been perfectly fine. Cause all she was just a usual revenge character. Like, oh, like my whole family died, so I trained, and now I'm a socially awkward assassin.
But that's what
And
I
that's
liked
it.
because we had this trope, and I expected that, and then she just comes out of the blue, and she's like has no idea how to socially interact with anybody, and I love that little counter. Like I know I get you in that like she didn't really have a lot of time to really develop into her own character.
Not at all.
The movie
Not at
was a
all.
Harley Quinn movie, and you can't really
Yeah.
have a Birds of Prey titled film without Huntress, so because
Yeah.
she's always in the core team, but.
Mm-hmm.
I do like what they were able to give, at least with the amount of time that she had, what they were able to do with her. And I'd have high hopes in case they ever do make a Birds of Prey film, which I do hope at this point. I liked what they went with this, and if they kind of had the same kind of spirit, choreography, energy for this movie, I think a solo Birds of Prey film focusing on the actual Birds of Prey, no Harley Quinn, could be fun. It could be a
They could
pretty
do
fun
it.
movie.
It just sucks because like it wasn't the original like Birds of Prey was I think started by Barbara Oracle.
Yeah.
Like
She wasn't in it.
she was like the original the OG like reason why this happened. So it's weird if they kept making this and they haven't even introduced her yet. Like, I think that this Montoya cop is supposed to be like the Oracle,
No,
but
she's
like,
her own character. She's a different character.
but she seems like, I guess, like the head of it. I don't know. Like, is there any lead to this squad now? Do they have a leader or not? Like, it's weird to me. I genuinely think it's weird that they're gonna keep doing, if they keep doing Birds of Prey and just don't even mention Batgirl or Oracle or just Barbara Gordon in general.
Right.
But I get you. Like, they had to, focus on Harley Quinn, and that's why they couldn't focus on Huntress. But I feel like at that point, if you're not gonna focus on Huntress that much at all, I would just rather she wasn't in the movie. I feel like her character didn't do anything. Like, her character fell short. I really wanted so much more. Black Canary also, I feel like, fell short, but Black Canary still gave me a lot that I can work with. Like, the Huntress just came at the ending, and that was it. And I was like, I don't know. This character could have been a lot more.
I felt that way towards Cassandra Cain. That was the only character that I was just like, every time I saw her, I was just like, okay, move along.
You were not a fan. But no, overall, fantastic film. I can talk all day about plot holes and characters I didn't like. But at the end of the day, I can't knock two things. One, Harley Quinn did a fantastic job in the movie. Specifically, I'm talking about Margot Robbie. She killed it. I think she definitely solidified the role, like you said. And two, I think DC found how they can use Harley Quinn in terms of like a theme, like what's her mood, what's her personality like in the theme of the movie. So she's silly, but also there's that serious aspect when she needs to get down to it. There's that gory aspect too they don't mind doing. Like, I think they finally found out the theming for those type of movies. So I think this is a win for DC, whether they get the box office or not. I think they're starting to find out how exactly these movies should work in the future. And I'm happy to see if, another Birds of Prey movie will come out. I just hope they, work on that plot a little bit more and maybe develop those characters they introduced to us in the beginning. Those are my thoughts.
Yep. I agree. Okay.
You still at an 8? Because I'm more like at a 7.5.
No, I'm still at an 8. I wanted to give it a 7.5 at the end, during certain points in the movie, but I think at the end of the movie, I'm like, you know what? This was solid throughout. You know what? It's a 8. It's an 8. I would watch it again.
No, yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it. Those are our thoughts on Birds of Prey. I'm not going to say the full name of the movie because honestly, I kind of forgot it. But fantastic film. Good job on DC. Please, if you like the content, enjoyed it, please comment, like, subscribe. Leave us a review if you're listening to the podcast. Leave a comment if you're watching this on YouTube. And until next time, we'll catch you guys later.
See ya.